Hi Capricorn, I'm Spira and I have a reading for you for July of 2019, and I'm using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. I love this deck, it's so beautiful, the imagery is beautiful, and I really like how he interprets the cards just slightly differently. Anyway, when I do a reading I usually do a 3-card spread. Occasionally I use a clarifier from this deck here, which is the Crystal Tarot. And I also pull a card from the Mudra deck because I love mudras, because I teach yoga and meditation and mindfulness. And also in this case, you had 2 cards that jumped out at the same time. And I also want to tell you that I don't read in a traditional way. I don't do past, present, future. I just look for a story. And for you, it's a beautiful story. So, yeah, I'm excited for you, Capricorn. What I'm getting from this is, well, first of all, the one that jumps out first is, of course, the Passion Ignited card. It's such a nice imagery. It's the equivalent of the Ace of Wands. So, you have some kind of passion project coming up. It could be maybe you're starting a new business. You could even be starting a new relationship. The Ace of Wands is just such a beautiful card, and you know, it's like you're just ready to go. You're ready to burst, and this is a really nice card to have in your reading. And then everything else around it is really positive and is, you know, really about going for it. And what's really interesting is how they fit together, which I'll get to. But of course, this card here, Intuition, is actually the High Priestess card. And this is, of course, about listening to your intuition, which of course I like. I like that he writes that right on the card. So you know what to do, you know it in your heart, and what's also interesting is that you got the Patience and Planning card too, which is the 7 of Wands, and it's also about not just your intuition, but using your practical knowledge as well. So to combine those things, okay? And then this card here that came out is Truth, but it's also the Judgment card. And what that is also saying is that, you know, you need to do some self-reflecting and self-evaluation. That is actually going to help you with your planning. So whatever this great idea is, see if you can find your way into balance with working toward it. And I think you can. I mean, Capricorn is definitely probably the hardest working out of all of the zodiac. So you know how to do that. You know how to be patient. You know how to plan. You may not be good at self-reflecting, so add that in. If you're not, if you are, just disregard that. But also, Capricorns are not well known to listen to their intuition. You know, they definitely plan on a more material plane. So do both. You know, stop, listen to your heart. Sit and meditate. I'm going to give you a simple meditation that you can do. Self-reflect and put everything, all of that knowledge and all of that intuition and those gut feelings, and go ahead and put them into this. Because it's really, how can I put this? It's really going to take off. It really, really will. Whatever this is. Because if you do these things, it's the same thing as just really putting your heart and soul into everything, you know, but not just your heart and soul, but also your intellect and your ability to plan and be patient. But also to work this card, the 7 of Wands, to be patient and planning is also about letting go to a certain extent. You know, you can plan, but don't make it be overly controlled. Don't try to control, just make your plans, listen to your intuition, and then let go. And the universe will bring you what you want. So this particular mudra is called Release and Just Let Go. I will read the back. It's also the bladder mudra. and then I'll show you how to do it. This mudra fortifies the bladder, detoxifies, and cleanses. Also, it stimulates the circulation, refreshes and raises one's spirits. Hold your hands under running water and breathe out deeply a few times. Everything which is bothering you, is painful or a burden, is either washed away by the water or you expel it with vigorous breathing. The elements air and water take on all that you wish to be rid of. Then perform the mudra, and while you form it, imagine yourself to be bathed in pure, radiant light. You are refreshed and cheerful and go on your way with a lighter step. And they include a little mantra for you, and I'm sure you can't see it from there. I will read it to you. My heart is light. There is a spring in my gait. My head is free, and my actions lead me to success. This will lead you to success. Okay, my friend? So, mudras. After you run it under the water, then you can dry off your hands and take a seat. This one's really easy. Obviously, you're just going to hold one hand outspread and then touch the two middle fingers of your hand. So one of the ways that people use mudra is in meditation. Some people use mudras in their yoga practice, but meditation is part of a yoga practice. It's one of the 8 limbs of yoga, so just to put that out there. Anyway, when you're sitting in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, don't cross the feet or the legs, you are going to do a very simple breathing exercise. You can close your eyes. If you're not comfortable closing your eyes, just close them maybe 3/4 of the way. Look down to the floor or at your own legs. The trick here is to just make your exhalations longer than your inhalations. And the way to do that is very simple. Just inhale on a count of 5, and then when you exhale, slow down your breath so that the exhalation count goes to 7 or 8. When you do this type of breathing, you instantly stimulate the vagus nerve, which helps to regulate the nervous system by activating the parasympathetic nervous system. I know it's a little bit of science jargon, but it is neuroscience and it does work. So everyone can use or can benefit from regulating their nervous system on a regular basis. The beauty of this technique is that you can do it in 5 minutes. You know, it doesn't have to be a big, huge thing. You don't have to change your whole day around or your whole schedule around. Everybody has 5 minutes. And I'm sure that most people probably literally spend hours on their cell phones every day. So everyone has 5 minutes. So you sit, you do some breath work for 5 minutes, use the mudra to help you focus your intention, and I will read the mantra to you one more time. My heart is light. There is a spring in my gait. My head is free, and my actions lead me to success. I think that sounds really good, so thank you for listening, Capricorn. That's all I have for you for July. I will definitely be back next month. And if you like this reading, if it resonated with you, I know it doesn't resonate with everyone, but if it resonated with you, go ahead and click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. Maybe even share it with other Capricorns who you think might benefit from it. And I thank you for joining me, and I will see you again next month. Namaste, Capricorn.